All right, it's time to announce the winners of the giveaway and to do my last countdown of 2022. Let's get to it. Hi everyone, I'm Sandy and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a 1001 book countdown video for you. The last countdown video of 2022. Very exciting to be at the end and see how I do. Did I make it to my final goal of having 0 on the 2022 list? We'll see. And then I'm also giving away or doing the drawing for the giveaway for the books that I announced a couple of weeks ago. So hopefully you stick around for the drawing of that. There were quite a few people interested in a number of the books. I'm very happy with that result as well. For today, if you're not familiar with the 1001 book countdown, I will leave a card up here for you where you can go and check out the original video. But basically, I'm reading books off of the 1001 books you must read before you die list and just slowly working my way through that particular list. And I've combined all of the lists together, all the editions of the book together, which means there's actually 1,315 books, and I've already read 350 books off of that list. So it is a very big project that I've been working on for a number of years and just started documenting it about a couple years ago on BookTube. But hopefully you consider giving me a subscribe and sticking around and seeing how far I get on my massive project. But for today, what we will do is go ahead and put up the numbers, which are 896 and 2, and 2 represents the number of books I had left to read off my pre-selected list of 52 books for 2022. I only had 2 left before this countdown. We'll see. We're very excited about it. So what I will do is I'll go ahead and jump into the books and then do the drawing at the end. So stick around. The first book that I'm going to talk about is The Brothers Karamazov by Dostoevsky. And this edition actually says the Karamazov brothers, which is one of the differences in this particular translation. This book was originally published in 1880, actually as a serial between 1879 and 1880. It is the last work by Dostoevsky. Apparently he passed away about 4 months after this book was published. So published or completed, not entirely sure about that. This particular version was translated by Ignat Avzi, and it was apparently the last translation of The Brothers Karamazov, and it was done in 1994. So I have this Oxford World Classics edition. I didn't find an audiobook for this translation, so I did read the entire thing, and it took me a couple weeks, a few weeks, I want to say. I can't remember the exact date that I started reading this particular book. So what is this book all about? It is largely about 3 brothers, Ivan, Dmitry, and Alexei, and their horrible, horrible father. So his father had the 3 boys with 2 different women, and they did not grow up together. They did not have a lot of interaction at all with the father. And it's really the story of their interactions, for the most part, with the father and somewhat with their brother. And then there's a whole bunch of other interesting characters in there that are throwing wrenches and things and causing problems. And I love a good despicable character, and Dostoevsky definitely delivers on that particular item. So as you kind of go through, it starts off really just getting to know the brothers, understanding who they are, understanding their relationship with their father, kind of where they're at in life, going through, and you learn very quickly that the father is just a real piece of work and is not very kind to his 3 sons, nor was he kind to the 2 wives that he had, by the way. So he's not a very sympathetic character. And then the book transitions into a lot of philosophical, conversations. And that's where it started to lose me. And it's unfortunately right about the middle of the book, right around 400 maybe. This book is 974 pages long, by the way. Right about 400 page mark, it dove into that section, and I struggled. I struggled with that so incredibly much. It really was tough to make it through. I put it down for, I think, about 5 days, because I just did not want to pick it back up. It almost put me in a reading slump at one point, because I didn't want to pick up anything, especially because I knew I had this sitting there looking at me, wanting me to pick it up, and I didn't want to. So yeah, it was tough, very, very tough, that center section. And then after a little bit, I don't know if you can hear the rain, it started raining. And then after that section, it really did pick up again, but by that point it was kind of too late and I felt like I was just trying to read it to get it finished. There's a lot of intrigue that happens in the second half. There's a lot of things that you're trying to figure out what's going on, who did what, who's in trouble, there's one character in particular, who I won't name who it is, who basically kind of self-destructs in this and causes himself all kinds of problems. And so the ending of the book is more about this one particular event and what happened, and then who was involved with that. And that part was really, really great. The interactions between the brothers and the father were my favorite parts of this book because they were just truly horrible. You know, I love a good bad character, and yeah, those were the parts of the book that I really liked a lot. The philosophy, that part of it, it could have been probably about 400 pages shorter and I would have loved it. I ended up giving it kind of just a middle grade mark, middle of the road mark, as far as how I ended up rating it. I wanted to love it. I did. I just didn't quite get there. I think it's also one of those that maybe I should reread at some point, not anywhere in the near future for sure, but it is one that I feel like maybe I should reread because I feel like I'll get more out of it later. I do have another Dostoevsky planned for 2023. Actually, I have two: Notes from the Underground and Crime and Punishment. So we'll see, and then maybe I need to come back and read this one. I'm not sure if you were starting with Dostoevsky. I'd say start with this one, but we'll see what I feel like after I read two more of his works later this year. So yeah, the Brothers Karamazov though, 974 pages. I also learned I'm not saving this big of a chunker of a book till the end of the year this year. For 2023, I'm going to try and fit them in as early as possible in the year and then end the year lighter. So we'll see. But with this book, we do get to go from 896 to 895, and it was on my 2022 list. So that number goes from 2 down to 1. Yay. All right, so the last book on the 2022 list is this, again on the wrong side, is this monster, which is actually Tirant Le Blanc, which is, I don't even know when it was published. It has this very nondescript cover on it, and I would love to say that I read this, but the answer is no. I didn't even open it at all in December. I just couldn't see myself digging into the 600-page book, and especially when I had started it and didn't get very far. I think I'd gotten to 13 pages or so, and it just wasn't the book I wanted to be reading, so I just let it sit on the sidelines and didn't pick it up. So unfortunately, this one will be my one unread in 2022. I think I did better than I did in 2021, which I had 2 left, I believe, at the end of the year. So this one is my one failure of the year, and it will show back up again in 2024 on that list, because I always try and focus on the books that I have on my shelf. So I will try, unless by some miracle I read all of the books I have on the countdown that I had planned in 2023, but unlikely. So that is the end of the countdown. I'm going to call it a big success. 1 left. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about the 1. I feel like I made the right decision. I don't feel like I would have gotten any enjoyment out of Tirant Le Blanc after having read The Brothers Karamazov. So yeah, I think overall, right decision. All right, it is now time for the drawing for the giveaway. Really, really excited to do this drawing. And so there, I have a number of books and I'll go through each one. I do have a very fun wheel all set up with these as far as how I will be doing the drawing. And so the first one that I will be doing is the book journal, my book journal. And for this one, we have the winner is KRZYSAMM70. Congratulations, you have won the book journal. All right, the next book is On the Road by Jack Kerouac. Surprisingly, not a huge amount of interest in this one. So there were several people who asked to be for any of the books. And so for this particular book, it is Trish. Trish, you have won On the Road. Congratulations. For everyone, please make sure you send me your address and my email, which is located in the description below. You can also send me a message on Instagram, but I will need your information in order to be able to send you these books. So sorry, I forgot to say that at the beginning. All right, so the next book is 1Q84 by Haruki Murakami. And let's see. Here we go. Haiku Barbie, you have won a 1Q84. Congratulations. Very excited. And then the next one is the Tin Flute. I'll try and get my wheel up here. All right, the Tin Flute by Gabrielle Roy. And the winner is DQAN. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. But please, like I said, make sure you send me your address so I can send you this book. And the next one is Cat's Eye by Margaret Atwood. Let's see who gets it. Taylor Benson, congratulations, you have won Cat's Eye. The last one is, I'm trying to get my act together. The last book is the one that was the most requested one, which is Kristen Lavransdatter by Sigrid Undset. So here we go. Who gets it? Beautiful Minutia, you have won Kristen Lavransdatter. That makes me incredibly happy, of course. I have done a number of buddy reads with Tiffany, and she's absolutely delightful. But you have won Kristen Lavransdatter. Hooray! That is all of the winners of the books. Thank you again to everyone who joined the giveaway. I am thrilled that thrilled that I was able to give away some books. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you enjoy the journal, and can't wait to hear from you. Please be sure to email me or message me on Instagram, and I will get those books out to you as quickly as possible. But for today, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, everyone, thanks. Bye.